I'm Spencer Chainey from University College London's Giordano Institute of Security and Crime Science, and we've been leading on a training program with the Uruguayan police to help them adopt problem-oriented policing principles. Problem-oriented policing is considered to be one of the most effective approaches for reducing crime and preventing crime. The focus is on problems, addressing problems, especially preventing them from occurring, rather than just reacting to crime problems. There are three key principles that are associated with doing effective problem-oriented policing. The first is to ensure that we properly understand what the problem is. The second is needing to think through how a given response will work. And the third, recognizing that the principal cause of crime is opportunities and temptations rather than the more distant causes of poverty and unemployment. Each of these three, though, has its own challenges. When it comes to wanting to understand the problem, often what happens typically in policing is we fail to provide that rich interpretation of what the problem is. Instead, we pull together lots of statistics, and those statistics can end up only just describing in general what the problem is, and often not really telling us anything that we didn't already know. A key principle to problem solving is to ensure we properly understand and even, I would say, diagnose what that problem is. If we properly understand what the problem is, it then leads us onto the second of the three principles, and that is to ensure how we think through exactly how a response will work. If we understand the problem well, if we richly interpret that problem, we can then begin to think about what are the types of responses that are going to best counter those particular problems. Now in policing has a wonderful can-do attitude. Police agencies, police forces, police officers across the world want to get out and do something, but often that gets the better of them. Many types of things that we do in terms of responding to problems actually don't work that well, if they work at all. There are some things that work well, but what we have to do is ensure we think through exactly how a given response is likely to work. That's a key second stage to problem solving, thinking exactly through how something is likely to work. The third element is to do with recognizing that crime, the key cause of crime, is opportunities and temptations. And there are many different agencies who can have a role to play in addressing those opportunities and temptations. And that's not just the police. That includes other agencies like municipal governments, like the health service, like other emergency services. But it also includes the public. It also includes our local communities. Getting those local communities and other agencies alongside the police to recognize the role that they can play, the competence that they have in helping to address problems and even prevent those opportunities and temptations from occurring. Our work to date with the Uruguayan police and the Ministry of Interior has aimed to establish these three principles. And we've already seen examples that some of the problem-oriented approach is beginning to work in reducing and preventing crime in Uruguay. And we look forward to seeing many more examples of this in the future.